Welcome back everyone. In this video, I'm going to tell you why you should get a Constellation 0 Ganyu by answering few questions that player usually ask. If this is the first time you visit this channel and you are looking for more Genshin Impact content, start now by subscribing and turn on the bell notification for this channel so you won't miss anything. In my last video, I said Ganyu is a support DPS or support, but after I pull her and try her out, she really has changed my mind because her DPS is too strong. Especially the damage output when the frostbite arrow explode, the damage is too high that I cannot explain. I was shocked by that damage. So I can boldly claim that Ganyu is one of the top tier DPS character right now. And I have prepared some questions regarding Ganyu. So the first question is the most important question. What role is most suitable for Ganyu? Is she worth your primal gem to pull her? So after I played Ganyu for a few days, I found that she is stronger to play as a DPS. Why I say she is stronger to play as DPS? Because her main source of damage output is coming from her Frost Flag arrow, which is her charge attack level 2. If this Frost Flag arrow hit an enemy or ground, it will bloom and dealing high multiplier AoE cryo damage to the enemy. Her Frost Flag arrow bloom is easy to crit because her passive talent 1 increase 20% crit rate on it. This will decrease the requirement of crit rate on artifacts. Ganyu also can be the best support DPS or support in your team. First, her elemental skill can taunt enemies and apply cryo element on them. This can make her easy to group enemies and change the target of enemies to the Lotus. This skill is very useful in Abyss Floor 11 and 12, especially for Chamber 2. So the second is her Elemental Burst. Her Elemental Burst has 15-second uptime, which is very long, 15-second cooldown, which is quite short, and energy requirement is only 60 energy, not 80. So technically, her Elemental Burst can be up forever. So then for her passive talent 2, it gives the character that is in the AoE of an Elemental Burst extra 20% cryo damage bonus. Obviously, this talent is specially built her as a support DPS. This is a very strong support DPS talent, especially for cryo team. If you have Chongyun or future character like Ayaka, this will be a very decent boost for their damage. And this 20% cryo damage is almost half of the cryo damage bonus that is given from the max out 5 stars goblet. Wow, this is so strong. So here is a short clip on how I use Ganyu as my support and support DPS. So I use her E skill first to aggro all this rune guard, then I switch out to Mona and use her E, and when they freeze, I use Ganyu again to use her elemental burst, then switch out to Mona to freeze them again with Mona elemental burst. After they freeze, I switch out to Clean to find the best position to deal the melt damage. As you can see, there are a lot of melt damage over here. So if you have a Pyro character that can be a DPS like Diluc or Klee, that can definitely support by Ganyu. So if your Pyro character can deal many times melt damage, it will be very good in DPS. Overall, she is a great waifu to have in your team because she can be DPS, she can be support DPS, she can be support. Any one of her talent is really strong, and any one of these roles is really suitable for her to play. And if you are planning to make a cryo team, pulling her is really not a bad idea because she really worth your primal gems to pull her. And if you are planning to make her a support DPS in your Pyro team, she also can fit in to help your Pyro character to deal melt damage. Believe me, she worth your Primal Gem. I can guarantee you won't regret after you pull her. Okay, think about the future of Genshin Impact. To be honest, she has already brighten up the future of Genshin Impact. Because in future you have Ayaka-sama. Maybe she can be the best DPS support for Ayaka-sama. Who knows, right? But she is not friendly for mobile and controller user because it is really hard to aim enemies head for a guaranteed crit. So if you are using mobile or controller and you want to make her as your cryo DPS character, you have to get used to a charge attack. Remember, play more and get used to a mechanic. So here comes the second question. How does Ganyu perform during exploration? So basically, she's a new type of nuclear bomb in the game now. You can try this playstyle by using a pyro character to apply the pyro element to the target first and then use her charge attack to hit with the melt reaction. The melt reaction damage will be insane. And she can definitely one-shot anything in exploration, but not the helicals and abyss mesh, especially those helicals that holding shields. I don't know why her frost flag arrow just cannot deal damage to those helicals even when I'm at the back. However, you can solve this problem by freezing them or hit them when they are doing an action like charging. Third question. Do I need constellation on her? No, my answer is no, because Constellation 0 is fine to play, but of course, if you can make her Constellation 1, she can do better in recharging her elemental burst when you play her as standalone DPS. And her C2 allow you to summon another Lotus on the field, but I don't think that's make her super OP by summoning another one because this is to prepare for Constellation 6. So if you are not planning to make her C6, C1 is fine to make her super strong character. Constellation 4 make her stronger in DPS and support DPS because the enemies in the AoE of the elemental burst increase in damage taken over time. And then for the Constellation 6, her DPS output become higher because you can summon 2 Lotus. Once you summon a Lotus, you can shoot a Frost Flag arrow without charging. So with C2, she can fire up to 2 Frost Flag arrow without charging, which make her super OP. But still, Constellation 0 or Constellation 1 is fine for Ganyu to play. Last question is how is her performance in Spiral Abyss? Well, overall, she is good, but sometimes it is hard to deal damage because there are many archer and mage helicals that will flinch you and make you have to recharge your frost flag arrow. But you can bring character like Diona, Zhongli, or Noel, or those characters that can provide shield to avoid this problem. So she can actually fight in Spiral Abyss floor 9 and 10, but not as good as floor 11 because floor 11 Abyss increase 75% of cryo damage, which is Ganyu Heaven. Remember, practice make perfect. Get used to her mechanic so you can deal damage more easily with her charge attack. Thank you for watching this video. If you find this video helpful, informative and interesting, please give this video a like and share it to your friend. Thank you.